if you look at, trust me, the real estate industry in Nigeria is a very huge one, and it's growing every day. Now, if you look at the population of the country itself, over 200 million, that's a very huge market. I've seen people some years back who sold their lands, who sold their houses for about 20, 30 million. Now you are coming back to buy again at 300 million. Why should you do that? Now, in Nigeria today, you have over 17 to 20 million people looking for housing in this country today. That's a huge market. That's a very huge market. A lot is going on. The cost of materials are not cheap. Now you have to get a building plan, you have to get a fencing permit, the lands you are going to pay. We have the Omonile issues also, where they come, you need to start settling this, settling that.
You're already speaking about the challenges now that comes.
Those are the challenges, and those are the
Yes.
things that you have to factor into selling some of these properties and these lands, because by the time you pay some of these things, it's not, and cost of materials are always very expensive. For instance, 2 years ago, a bag of cement was around 3,500. Today is about 10,000 naira. Trust me, we've not started here. We have not started. We are still moving. In the next 5 years, the real estate industry is going to go boom. And that's why you have people like us who are ready to give you secure and safe lands. We want to sell affordable houses.
The ordinary man will not understand.
Yeah.
They just want easy, just build a house for me and let me come in and let it just be as easy. Even if it's 2 million naira, they want the 2 million naira. But
Yes, when they come around, that's why at times we need to have this relationship. When they come around, we talk to them, we explain to them the factors that are involved. A lot of these things, it looks so easy, but trust me, building a house today is not cheap. Buying a land today is not cheap. Buying the materials, getting approvals for the materials is not cheap. So those are some of these factors we put into consideration. And you can see the prices are always fluctuating. Today is 10,000 naira for a bag of cement. Tomorrow it might be 11,500. Okay, I was giving you an example of that house that I got for a client for 38 million. By the time he was done paying last year, I said, so 3 times the price of building materials. They had no option than to put an extra 7 million naira on that land.
there's been a lot of concerns in the real estate industry, coming from the increased price in sales of properties, the challenges, and of course, the whole lot of people that are looking forward to solutions to why is there increased price in housing? Why? And we have a lot of developers coming up saying, oh, they are into affordable real estate. And now the people are saying they are not seeing anything as regards affordable real estate. Well, today we'll be going into the real estate industry. My name is Uwoma and this is Software Podcast, and I have with me one of Nigeria's finest, ambassador in the real estate industry. I have Ambassador Ozoh Esse. He happens to be the MD, CEO, Realtors Home Brokerage Limited and Boaze Estate Development and Investment Limited. It's good to have you here, sir.
Thank you very much.
So when we sent the information out that we wanted to have you here, we didn't know we were going to get a quick response. So we were saying we're honored to have you here. Welcome again.
Anytime you call us, we'll always be here. We'll always answer to your call. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the audience would love to know you, like they want to hear your name, who you are. The introduction is just for me, so they want to hear who you are, sir.
Okay. So my name's Ozoh, Ambassador Ozoh Esse. Let me go down. I'm from Delta State.
Okay.
I'm a full-fledged Nigerian, born, bred in Nigeria. I grew up in Oshodi in Lagos here, so I'm a full Lagos boy also, so I understand the system. Luckily, our brand is also based in Lagos, so I understand the intrigues in Lagos here. So I had my secondary school in my primary school in Oshodi.
You're a Lagosian.
I'm a full-fledged Lagosian. I had my secondary school in Oshodi. I had my university in Lagos, University of Lagos, and I've worked all my life in Lagos.
Okay.
I was a contract staff with Mobil Oil Nigeria Limited for about 13 years, before we ventured into real estate. So I understand a lot of things that happened and things that, will probably go on around here. So that's why I had this passion to go into real estate. So like you said, I'm the MD of Boaze Real Estate Development. Now, Boaze is a development part of our firm where we sell lands. Now we are into just basically selling. We're into land banking where people will bring in their funds and want to put their funds into there so that when it appreciates, they decide to sell in the nearest future or they want to build. So we have safe lands in Lagos and Ogun State right now that we are selling. And also, I'm also the MD of Realtor Homes Brokerage Limited. What we do in Realtor Homes is that we sell for other developers. After we've done what they call due diligence, we confirm. Very important. Very, very important. We confirm your lands, we confirm your company. We go to the Lands Bureau, we'll go to the Surveyor General's office. We check, making sure you don't have any issues on those lands or that your lands are under government acquisition. Then we are good to go.
Yeah, it's very important so as to avoid the government wahala.
Yeah, government wahala.
So,
Yes.
So let's dive into our first question. So, what's your outlook on the Nigerian real estate market for the next 5 years?
Okay. Now, if you look at, trust me, the real estate industry in Nigeria is a very huge one, and it's growing every day. Now, if you look at the population of the country itself, over 200 million, that's a very huge market. That's a growing market. And trust me, most Nigerians, even in diaspora, wants to bring it. I tell people, sorry that I'm deviating a bit, I tell people who want to sell their lands and japa, at times I like, why do you do this? I've seen people some years back who sold their lands, who sold their houses for about 20, 30 million. Now you are coming back to buy again at 300 million. Why should you do that? Trust me, this is a very ripe market and a growing market. Now, in Nigeria today, you have over 17 to 20 million people looking for housing in this country today. That's a huge market. That's a very huge market. So trust me, in the next 5 years, a lot is going to go. You can see the development going, not just in Lagos State. Go to Ogun State, go to Abuja, go to East Ibadan. You can see the coastal road. Now you can see what the government is doing. Trust me, we've not started here. We have not started. We are still moving. In the next 5 years, the real estate industry is going to go boom. And that's why you have people like us who are ready to give you secure and safe lands.
That's a good one.
Thank
So
you.
let's speak on the economy. So how has the economic situation affected the demand in housing?
Okay, at times I look at it anyway. It's not just a Nigerian thing. Everywhere in the world, you have there's one issue or the other. Now, in our own part, we know we have some little issues. Government policies. We have the naira, inflation, and things like that. But those are the things at times that allow the cost of buildings. People talk about the housing industry in Nigeria is really expensive and they say it's affordable. But trust me, if you look at most of the materials they use in building some of these houses are imported. You look at trying to get your titles for those properties, they are pretty high. But we try as much as possible. For instance, there are houses we sell. We try and make it like a payment plan where you can spread your money, put a certain amount, and there's what we call an off plan where you can buy at foundation to make it more comfortable for you. For instance, I had a client just last year somewhere in Ibrahim here. It's a terrace. We got it for about 36 million and we had to spread it for about 1 year. That's something we like to do so that to make it flexible for people to go in. Even though we know as developers, a lot is going on. The cost of materials are not cheap. Now you have to get a building plan, you have to get a fencing permit, the land you are going to pay. We have the Omonile issues also. where they come, you need to start settling this, settling that.
You're already speaking about the challenges now that comes.
Those are the challenges, and those are the
Okay.
things that you have to factor in into selling some of these properties and these lands, because by the time you pay some of these things, it's not, and cost of materials are always very expensive.
Very, very.
Look at, for instance, 2 years ago, a bag of cement was around 3,500. Today is about 10,000 naira. But you can see, look at the price difference. And we have some properties, we have people have to pay 2 years payment plan for it. So in 2022, where we signed a contract with you, it was a bag of cement was 3,500. You are still paying today, and we are buying that same bag of cement for 10,000 naira. How do you expect the developer to cover up? These are some of the issues developers are going through that people might not understand. But trust me, developers are doing their best. We want to sell affordable houses.
Well, the ordinary man will not understand. They
Yeah.
they just want easy, just build a house for me and let me come in and let it just be as easy. Even if it's 2 million naira, they want the 2 million naira.
Yes, when they come around, that's why at times we need to have this relationship. When they come around, we talk to them, we explain to them the factors that are involved. A lot of these things, it looks so easy, but trust me, building a house today is not cheap. Buying a land today is not cheap. Buying the materials, getting approvals for the materials is not cheap. So those are some of these factors we put into consideration. And you can see the prices are always fluctuating. Today is 10,000 naira for a bag of cement. Tomorrow it might be 11,500. How do you do? But we try as much as possible to explain to our clients. Okay, I was giving you an example of that house that I got for a client for 38 million.
Okay.
By the time he was done paying last year, August, prices had gone up so much, 3 times the price of building materials. They had no option than to put an extra 7 million naira on that land. So, and I told them, I had to explain to the client myself, see, it's not, when I explained to him that these materials had gone up, there's almost nothing we can do. Please, let's see. And I told the developer, see, let's sit down. Let's see how we can also spread the 7 million naira so that it will be comfortable for this client. No, I made the client understand. And we're out here and we know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Things had gone up, so at that time you were still paying at the rate of 3,500 per bag. When this developer is buying now at 10,000 naira, how do you want him to cope?
Okay. All right. Let's now talk about Boaze itself. So, do we let us know your growth, how Boaze started, and the growth so far?
Okay. So for Boaze, first of all, we started from Realtor Homes Brokerage Limited.
Okay.
Like I said, we came in with a lot of experience, because one thing before you do a business, you need to understand a lot of things, including government policies, including demand and supply. You need to also understand location. So what we did, first of all, we had to set up Realtor Homes. Realtor Homes is about 3 years right now.
Okay.
What we do is that we sell for other developers. Like I said, we do our due diligence, we check your background, we check what you have done before. And when we are clear, then we sell your properties, we sell to, we are like a middleman between the buyer and the seller. You get what I'm saying? So that's how we started. So last year, I think mid last year, we started Boaze.
Oh, it's quite young.
Yeah, it's very young. We were calling last year, but we're working now.
Okay.
So we're working now. So we started Boaze last year, and by God's grace, we have about 5 estates now. Okay. So we have 3 in Lagos. We have 2 in Ogun State.
It's moving.
It's moving. It's moving very fast.
Yeah. So a whole lot of real estate company, when you ask them what makes your company unique, some will tell you because we build luxury. Or it's luxury defined, is this, is that. So for Boaze, what makes you guys unique?
Okay, so for Boaze, what makes us different is that, I believe in sincerity. There's this issue I know we have in this country today is trust issues. We have serious trust issues. Personally, I have a lot of clients. Majority of my clients are in the diaspora. The reason why I've been in the real estate industry for about 8 years now. And trust me, I don't think I've lost one client. Yeah, I don't think I've lost one client. Because why? I have to keep my integrity. I'll tell you this is yes, and it's yes. I'll tell you it's no, and it's no.
no.
I would not take your funds, your hard-earned money, and go and buy a property that I know or have not investigated, that had an issue. Trust me, I would not do that. And that is one thing that makes us unique in Boaz, our integrity. We like to be truthful. We tell you our yes is yes. We tell you our no is no. We sell
If you don't want
genuine
to go.
properties. No, we tell you the truth. But I've seen people who tell you they will come, they want to buy a plot of land in Nigeria for 3 million today. My sister, you need to have a good lawyer. That land is fake.
When you're not buying in, I
Yes.
think we have such in Ekpe.
Even in Ekpe today, to get a 3 million naira free land, do you know what it costs to do a title? To get a C of O?
It's expensive.
Okay, then you want to buy that land in Ekpe for 3 million. You get what I'm saying? So people at times, that's why people are gullible. People take advantage of that. Yes, I have it. Bring the money, And I tell people, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'd rather keep my integrity. I'd rather keep my relationship with you than because I need quick money. No, I'm not going to do that. So that's what we do in Boaz.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So are there any past projects or current projects?
Yes, we have past, like we do more of land banking for now.
Okay.
We tell, like I said in the beginning, that's what we do for now. We sell lands that are futuristic, and we sell locations. So what we do is that we look for lands that where you have government presence, meaning that this place will develop in the nearest future, and that is what we sell. So that when you come on board, trust me, your funds. We had lands. We had an estate, Castle Hills, that we were selling. When we came up with that place, it was around, when we were selling 2 years ago, it was around 650. Today is close to 10 million naira.
Okay.
Less than 2 years. Because what were we saying? We were selling location. And like I said from the beginning, our lands are genuine. It's still dirty today. We make sure we deliver in terms of infrastructure, in terms of development. We develop our estate. And trust me, you can't come to any of our lands and not see and not love it. So we have our baby today, that one of our estates we just launched.
Okay.
Can I talk about that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so it's at Ala in Ogun State, just in the boundary between Lagos and Ogun State. Beautiful locations. Like I said, we sell locations. Now, the roads are wonderful. Now, the roads are being done by Dangote himself.
Okay, that's a good selling point.
Yeah, lovely selling. Trust me. Yeah. It's very close to Tai Shola University.
Okay.
It's about less than 5 minutes drive from the Lagos food hub to the estate, and people already live in that access. It's a land banking, like I said, and trust me, in the nearest future, 2-3 years, that place is going to blow.
Okay, you've been mentioning locations. I believe location is very key when it comes to investment.
Yes. Location is what we sell.
Okay.
Location is all we sell.
Okay. So if you were to, advise somebody concerning, let's say, the most sought after locations to invest, so which are the places would you tell someone to, okay, I think if you invest here, you will get high returns. This is good. So.
First of all, I'll tell you Lagos State.
Okay.
I'm a Lagos boy.
Cool.
I'm a cool boy. I'm born. See, I have passion for Lagos, even though I'm from Delta State. But like I said, I have dual citizen. I'm half Delta. But I'm more of Lagos than Delta because I've spent all my life in Lagos State. And luckily for me, I married a Yoruba woman. So my kids are half caste.
Oh, okay.
Yes, dual citizen. I always proud to say that. Okay, so I'll tell you to, first of all, invest in Lagos. Now, where will I tell you to actually invest? In the island.
Okay.
Even though lands are not getting cheaper here, but I'll still tell you to put your funds, because the rate of appreciation and the rate at which government presence are coming here is very high. You know about the Lekki Seaport, you know about Dangote Refinery, you know about the Alaro City, the film center in Ekpe, you know about the food hub in Ekpe. I mean, so many. You know about the airport, in Ekpe Bejuleki. You know about the Fort Milan Bridge, and trust me, this is just the best location to put your land. We talk about the Ekpe, talk about the Ibejuleki axis, we talk about the Aja axis, that corridor. It's a sweet place to put your money. Trust me. As long as it's genuine, you're safe, and you're going to make your money.
Okay. Okay. Throw some light on affordable housing and what the role that Boaz is playing in making sure that clients who are investing in, your investment, your properties, they are getting an affordable, and how can it be improved?
Okay, so what basically that we do now is that we try and do what they call payment plan.
Okay.
I came from a background where I had accommodation issues, for about 5 years of my life, I was homeless. Trust me, I was homeless. I've lived in an uncompleted building before. See, if you have food to eat for this morning and you don't know where to sleep at night, trust me, you can never be happy, no matter the food they give you. No matter if they give you chicken and chips, you guys like chicken and chips. Is it chicken and chips? What do you guys eat? Chicken and So if they give you that in the morning, give you shawarma in the morning, but at the back of your mind, there's nowhere to sleep at night. So I've been through that before in my life. 5 years of my life, I was living in an uncompleted building. So I came with that back end that, see, I'll do everything in my power to make sure everyone, no matter your status, either rich or poor, you'll be able to afford at least to buy a land where even if it's just one room apartment you want to put there, you can lay your head. Trust me, if you have where you lay your head, you solved, like 50% of your problems. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do in Boaz. We try and make sure we get affordable lands where also we run payment plans and make it as comfortable as possible for you. Even at times we sit down with our clients, we understand and we know the economy today, not just in Nigeria, even our clients in diaspora, it's not easy working for this money. They do a lot of work to buy these lands. And trust me, and I know that. We call them, we talk to them, what are the issues you have? How we try and see how we can make it flexible for you. You get what I'm saying? So that you can at least, even if it's a plot, buy something. And we spread the payment for you. And most of the time, we do our down payment as little even as 200,000 naira. So that you can spread the balance.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at the leadership qualities. What leadership qualities do you think are essential for success in the real estate industry?
One, I tell people you need to be humble. You need to be humble. You need to have a listening ears, and you need to be God fearing. I tell people humility comes first. You need to now to be a follower. One of my staff used to tell me to be a good leader, you need to be a good follower. And I follow that step. Before you want to lead people, first of all, you need to have listening ears. You need to know how to, listen to people's problems, try and resolve people's problems. If you come to my place, for instance, it's a family. My office is a family. It's something we share ideas. That you are sitting on that position doesn't mean you are better than every other person. You are just, when I was in Mobile, one of my bosses used to tell me that I'm just fortunate to be here. Most of you guys staying here are better than me. So that's one thing I put at the back of my head. That I'm sitting on that seat doesn't mean I'm better than everybody. You need to listen to people, listen to people's ideas. Let's rub minds together and we move. So one thing I do is I be humble, be God-fearing. When you're God-fearing, trust me, you go places.
Okay. Hope you're not tired.
I'm not. I'm still very strong.
No, okay, because I'm not tired.
No, I'm not. I'm not tired.
All right, sir. So I'd like to, ask, the real estate industry is obviously competitive. If you're working this way, there is a real estate company. Everybody has their own policies and how they are functioning. So you and Boaz and all of that you're into, so how do you stay ahead of competitions? How do you deal with your competitors?
Okay, for my part, like I think I talked a bit about us on that aspect.
Okay.
Now, one thing, like I said, we like to stay ahead is I look at relationship, I cherish it. As a person, I cherish relationship a lot. And I always believe in truth because if there's trust me, you're going to stay long.
Of
you're going to
course.
stay long. A lot of people coming to this business won't be, they just want to make money. Either it's clean or it's not clean, either it's genuine or it's not genuine. They just want to make the money. But trust me, that is not what we came for. We came to stay for long. We came to keep relationship. I want to look at Boaz and Realtor Homes in the next 20 years. And I'll meet our investors and like, wow, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma. You made this. That's our joy. That's our joy. That's our policy. That's our principle. That's our happiness. Now, if you look at our motto, it's your home, our pride. That's what we
Okay.
say because we want to be sincere. Sincerity is our watchword. Truthfulness is our watchword. We want to say our yes, and it's our yes. We want to say our no, like I said, is our no. Our watchword, what we use to stay afloat, what we use to keep ourselves on board, is selling genuine properties, selling genuine locations, and we are truthful. You get what I'm saying? So that's what we do.
Okay. You mentioned that, a whole lot of people
Yeah.
coming into the real estate industry are literally like obviously coming for the money.
Yeah.
So most of them don't even have the passion
Yeah.
for it. They just believe that if you're doing real estate, there's money in
There's-
real estate. By the time you sell 3 plot of land, 4 plot of
You-
land, you can even jackpot out of this out of this country. So now, what advice do you have for entrepreneurs, people who are looking to be part of the real estate industry? Because I believe that if you put money first, that's my own belief, without having the passion for the work or the zeal to actually want to do something, if you put money first, you might not really get to where you want to
Yeah.
be, because I feel like integrity will
Yeah.
be out of it. You
Yeah.
want to do anything to get what you want.
Yeah.
So what is the advice you have for entrepreneurs that are looking into coming into the industry?
Okay. I think the first thing I'll tell you, you before you want to drive, you must learn how to drive. You must go to a driving school. You must understand the rudiments. You must know the parts. In a car, today, a lot of people just, get because those days where we were driving, it's manual. I learned from a manual car, and
Okay.
it's not as easy as now because there's what they call the clutch, there's what they call the brake, there's what they call the throttle,
Okay.
and we learn these things. You can today you can get into a the what do you call this car now that we drive? The automated one, the automated one, and you just go in, start and move, just to throttle and brake. But those days you must learn how to clutch down, to move your throttle and use your brake. Man, it's going to take a lot, and you need to learn these things. You must learn how to check the engines, check the oil, check the water, check your tires. So it's the same thing in real estate. You just don't come in today, jump into it and feel it's that easy. There are a lot of things you need to learn. You need to learn government policies. You need to learn how to acquire these things. You need to learn to buy genuine property. So those are the things I tell people. First of all, come into this thing, but you must have a genuine heart. A friend of mine used to tell me that if you want to become a developer, you must know that BP is sure. But trust me, when you love it, when you have passion for this thing, all these things will be, it's because there's no business you do that there are no issues.
Of course.
That's why I tell people, when you learn these things, you know how to cross this. So go and learn. Take your time to learn, and don't let money be your first priority. It's not as easy as people see it out there. When you jump into it, you understand the things. So that's why I tell you, go to School of Estates, go and learn the rudiments of real estate, and make sure you have passion for it. I have passion. Like I said, I have passion for real estate. I came from a background where I didn't have a place to sleep. So I came into this sector because I wanted to make provisions. When I see people, when we give allocations, trust me, it's always the happiest day. You see the joy in people's faces. No, those are the things. You must have passion for it. And trust me, you are going to stay long in this business.
So the key thing is just have integrity
Like,
to
have passion for it.
Yeah.
Have passion for it.
Okay.
And go and learn.
Okay.
Go and learn. In Yoruba,
Some people don't want to learn, because I feel like real estate is just anybody can become a salesperson. They'll tell you they can sell. Like, I encountered one guy. He came, he was like, he wants to, that was when I was, so he was like, he wants to be a salesperson, and the manager was now asking him, "You want to be a salesperson? Have you sold before? Do you realize that this is a real estate company?" And he was like, yes, that he knows this is a real estate company, but he has not worked in a real estate company. He just believes that he can sell that he was selling perfumes,
Sell is
he
sell.
was selling clothes before. So he believes he can, if he can sell at that level, he
can
can
do
sell this one. So I just feel like most people will not want to go through the stress
process.
of wanting to go
Yes.
to the
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Some don't even know that there is a school
Yeah, there are
for
schools
real
for
estate.
this. Yeah. You know, like you just said it. They don't want to learn. You must learn this process. You must understand titles. You must understand locations. You must know government policies, because are the factors you need before you sell. You don't just sell anywhere to anybody. There's some places you go today, you go and sell there. In the next 10 years. For instance, you buy it at 100,000 naira. In the next 10 years, that land will be 110,000. Because you don't understand locations. There are government, but these are factors that also you need to determine some of these things. So you need to understand these things. There are titles, there are land sizes, there is what they call survey, there's what they call deed of assignment. Some of these things you need to know them. And you know, the truth is that some of these clients know these things. So when you come on board and you are blabbing, they just be looking at you. You don't even know what you are selling. You need to know what you are selling before you go into it. So I tell people, take your time to learn. You don't just, if you jump in, trust me, you're going to jump out. You get frustrated. Because you are coming to me to tell me to buy a land of 10 million naira. And you don't even understand what you are selling to me. How am I going to commit my 10 million into your hands? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are the things that's why people get frustrated and they leave. Take your time to learn and you will stay long.
So if you don't take your time to learn, just know that you're inviting the government to come and take the property that you have sold for somebody. So we know that the government are always, demolishing properties or collecting people's property. I guess probably because of most of us don't learn. We don't know that these are the right things to do. So now the question now is, what is the role government needs to play when it comes to real estate? I feel like the government or the industry some kind of, is it enlightenment or something? There is a role they have to play when it comes to real estate.
Yeah. So I would plead. Now we are a member of Redan, Real Estate Developers Association. We're also a member. Boaze is a member of Redan. So for Redan today, those are the things we are doing, trying to get the government close to the people and make people understand. So that tell us, what your plans are. Tell us which locations are yours, which locations are not yours. Now, you talked about government demolishing people's property, and the truth is that government is not demolishing people's property. People are not buying genuine properties.
I'm only speaking for
I understand.
If you destroy my property, I will say government will come and destroy.
By the time you go and check that land, trust me, it's either it's in a canal or is in a government land. Maybe it's in a general hospital where it's meant to be a general hospital. For instance, look at the Fort Mainland Bridge. That access, people are already building there. Now, tomorrow when the government come and demolish the place, you will say government had destroyed my property. And those lands are in government. See, go and check. Go and check this. Go and do your due diligence. By the time you check, trust me, you will know that land is not genuine. And those people, most of them, that the properties are being destroyed, do they have documents for it? Now, by the laws of the land, every land belongs to the state government, whether you have a title or not. If government comes and wants to take your land and you have a genuine title for it, trust me, you'll be compensated. You can be compensated. But those ones you see government to come and demolish, they are not. So I think some time ago, I think last year, some places in I think around Orchard, they were built around the access. They were built on government canals. And if you look at the layout of Lagos State, trust me, it's there. For people who bought,
came for them.
Not village people, because they didn't do their due diligence. That's why you need people like Boaze. Realtor Homes, that's what we do. If you don't have the time, we'll do it for you. I tell people, please, before you buy a property, do your due diligence. And if you do not have the time, you can consult people like us. We can come on board and do it for you. And make sure you are buying your land in the genuine place where you can sleep with your two eyes closed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So speaking on Boaz,
Okay.
what is Boaz plans? Because you mentioned that it's not up to a year.
It's about a year now.
It's about a
Yeah,
year.
started
Okay.
mid last, so it's almost a year.
Okay. So what are your plans for expansion in the next 5 years? Because after all of this talk now, I'm sure a lot of people are interested in what
Yeah.
Boaz can offer, and they would want. It's not that kind of real estate company that you hear them today and you don't hear
They
about
hear
them
about them
tomorrow. So
yeah.
what plans do you have?
Okay. So we said Boaz is about a year. We're walking now. We're no more crawling.
Moving
Yeah.
forward.
Our legs are strong, very strong. Okay, so now for Boaz, like I said, I'm coming from that foundation, because we have passion. We have passion to create homes for people. Like I said, our motto is your home, our pride. We take pride in making people landowners. We take pride in making people house owners. So in the nearest future, what we're planning to do, we want to create affordable homes. And trust me, when I say affordable homes, we want to create affordable homes. It's already in the pipeline. It's something we're cooking. When I came into this sector, I've said I want to make even the poorest to be a house owner. In Nigeria today, one thing we take pride is to own our houses. And thank God for Nigeria as it may be, we have support from the government.
Okay.
If you follow due process, you own your house. So for Boaz, what we want to do is that we want to make affordable homes. And when I say affordable, I mean affordable homes for everybody, no matter your status. That's our plan. And, we're trying to also make it flexible in terms of payment for everybody, where you could, as little as we're cooking it. So it's something I don't want to, pour out everything.
Back the whole juice. So
Yes,
you guys, you're supposed to be eager to know what Boaz is going to do. So they are coming with a whole lot of stew.
A whole lot of, trust me, stew. I like Maggi. There's Maggi inside. There's vegetable inside that stew.
Just
There's
tell me.
Eja. Eja is fish. The eja. I like head of fish. So the big head of fish is there. So if you want a big head, is there you get it in the street. Trust me, Boaz is coming out with something great and for everybody.
Yeah.
We are not selective. We are not saying just for people in the Banana Island.
Okay.
We are saying people in Ajegunle.
You mean so I can come
You can, yes, you can. That's what we're saying for everybody.
Okay.
Somebody in Ajegunle, somebody in Agege that stay in a remote area can come to our office and we get you a genuine house, and make it flexible, for you. It will be my joy the day I'm going to hand over your key to the house. I'm like, I got this house. This is your house. And you can sleep and your family will be happy. That's our joy. That's our plan for the nearest future.
Okay. It's been an interesting session with you. Thanks for coming.
I enjoyed myself here. I wish we can go on and on and on.
If you want us to continue, we'll continue, but then we're going to leave it to the audience.
What I mean is
just let us know.
I'll be saying on and on and on.
Okay. Okay, it's been an interesting one.
Yes.
So thank you for staying tuned. And if you want to see more of Ambassador Ozoh Esse, just let us know in the comment section. Don't worry, we'll be bringing him back. So all of your questions you'll be asking on this channel. So thank you for staying tuned. Thank you very much, sir. Till we come your way next time. This is Soft Tray Podcast. Bye for now.